Let me know if y'all can hear me okay. If the background noise isn't too much. Cool. Got a few folks popping in here. Unannounced live today. Awesome. Awesome. The Lux Show popped in, says, hey, it's good to see you back. Good to be back, man. Good to be back. Always love to see Pirate School pop in. What's up, big guy? All right, so we'll make it quick. I want to jump into. I had some really great conversations over the last, I guess, what has it been, 2 weeks or so, with a particular franchise that was just really surprising. So I'm outside of the U.S. most of the time, and so some of the trends that explode really quickly, I don't know about until I'm kind of doing deals and I start hearing numbers. So a lot of you already are aware of a franchise called Crumble. And most of the time I'm finding out things because we start to do deals with a space. And so we're doing a deal with and also let me know if y'all can hear me okay. But we're doing a deal with this one unit of the franchise. And franchise is crumbling. So, I won't talk about locations or any of that. But the first conversation, I'm talking to him, is telling me what the concept is. And this is granted from somebody who at that point had never heard of it, never been in one. And obviously we get to a point where we're talking about numbers, and we get into the numbers, and I'm like, wait a minute, how's this possible? How in the world is this possible? And I'll give you a high level on just the numbers. And this is public information. If you reach out and you inquire about the franchise, you can get this, which is one of the things that I love. I love that about franchising in general. The biggest difference between just going out and taking a course from somebody, or getting some kind of idea on a business from someone, is that they're breaking down exactly what the business is doing income wise across different locations, and you can just pull in all this information. So that part is one of the things I love about franchising in general. But in this particular deal, it was just shocking that they were generating that much money. So you had this deal where they, basically were selling cookies, and in some cases distributing. Sorry about that. Got somebody trying to sell some avocados in the background. Uh, so they're doing some distribution, but a lot of the sales are just out of this franchise unit. And I'm just trying to get an idea of, like, okay, how are you doing this amount of volume? So that got me really interested. We started looking to maybe acquire one. And so I started talking to some other units as well, and literally spoke to three different franchisees in three totally different locations, all of them who are taking home $1 million a year, or maybe in some cases a little bit less, but basically all have been made millionaires in the last 2 years from this single franchise concept. And it's as simple as making cookies. But I think the cool thing is you get a sense of what the value of a franchise is because of this. So they just have built an amazing business model. So I want to talk about just what that model looks like. Uh, First of all, the franchise itself, they're right under 400 units. So what that means is basically over the course of 5 years, they've been able to grow um, from zero to, I think it's at about 380. I know that for a lot of people that aren't familiar with franchises, it seems like, okay, well, that doesn't, not maybe not impressive, but basically, and food franchising is in like the top three fastest growing ever in history. So that gives you an idea of how crazy, how outrageous that number is. The other thing, though, is that each unit is just doing massive numbers. And so when you look at some of the other franchises that had very fast growth rates, each one might be doing a couple 100,000. In this case, they've got average stores doing over $1 million, which is just that part. Those two together is what makes it very, very cool. But I think it's a trend that we're going to see in franchise in general, where there's the leveraging of, well, number one, a really great business, doing a lot of testing to figure out what the best business model is, uh, but then combining that with technology. So, they've just done a really great job of leveraging technology. So one of the things that they did was, even as they were coming up with it's like, how do they make these cookies so good? Obviously, when I was back in the U.S. recently, I taught my nephew into going and getting some crumble for us. So we had a bunch of crumble cookies because I had to test this out, and they were good. And one of the reasons they're so good is that they did A/B testing. So they literally tracked all the ingredients and had some surveys or some things like that in the very first store to come up with these recipes, and took that feedback. Instead of them trying to say, "Oh no, I'm the best cookie maker," they trusted the customers to tell them, like, "No, like, this is what I like, or this is what I don't like," and then they went with the ones that were the best, and then they started to expand that. The other thing they've done with technology is the marketing. The marketing reminds me a bit of just the several different companies like Zara, Supreme, and KFC. Like, all three of those companies come to mind. I'll explain why. So Zara does something that's really cool. They create a sense of urgency because things are gonna go away, and it's like very fast turnover of those items. Supreme is the same way, where it's a limited edition T-shirt, it's a limited edition skateboard, whatever. Most of the time, just says Supreme on it, but they took that Zara concept and pushed it. And what Crumble has done is bring that to cookies. So they have these limited edition cookies, and they're going to be available for a week. And the next week, if you want to get it, you got to get in now. If you don't, then you may miss out, and you may never ever get to try that cookie again. Genius. It's just absolute genius. Now there's a ton of technology and things that are going on behind the scenes, which, if you try to go out and do this on your own, would be very, very difficult. But because you have this franchise system, it becomes easier. Even just the logistics of getting, and in time, not just getting, and especially in the times that we're at right now, but the logistics of getting new ingredients for all new cookies every week. Each franchisee doesn't have to worry about that. The franchisor is figuring that out. The next part is the secrecy. This is what reminds me of like KFC and Coca-Cola back in the old days. So back in the old days, like, oh, like, we've got this secret recipe, or we've got this secret formula, is what Coca-Cola would always say. And it's locked in a vault. And so you build a story around it. Well, the Crumble does that in the most intense way possible, where not only you're getting all your ingredients and everything in time, not even the employees know what the cookies they're making are going to be until they show up and they're making them right then. So each week, nobody knows what's coming. So there's this kind of surprise. And this is amazing for marketing. If you think about just, social media and that kind of thing, which they've done a good job of involving influencers in the business, in the launch each week, getting them excited about it, putting influencers on their website as the testimonials. So they've just done a lot of really great moves, and it makes me super just excited about franchising in general. As y'all know, I've been talking more about that just because we're doing a lot of deals in the space. But when I see a business model like this that combines technology with the power of franchising, it's absolute killer. So the last thing that I thought was really neat is, if you look at a business that is growing as fast as this one, sometimes you just want to grow. But one of the things they did that was very, very smart is they realized, hey, we're getting very fast, very quickly. Let's slow down on franchise sales. And so they've done something which is hard for a lot of people to do, which is say no to new money in favor of building a very stable business. So I wanted to share that story. It should be inspirational. If you're interested in looking at a franchise, we're working with about 500 right now, different concepts. So feel free to reach out. You can hit us at broker@goodmerger.com. And then we have some existing franchise. We got one out in the Colorado area that's doing about 1.6 million a year. So just some really cool opportunities, whether you want to start your own thing from scratch with a franchisor, or you want to get something that is existing, feel free to reach out. All right, let's see. I think I got something from the Lux Show that came in. 285 property sale. What's up? I'm good, man. Things are really good. I'm traveling quite a bit, and so I haven't been on as much, but I wanted to pop in and do a quick video with you guys. So thank y'all for showing up. Next travels are back to Mexico City next week, and then really excited. We'll be doing Thailand with an awesome group of folks, and that'll be like September and a little bit of September and October. So very excited to get back to Asia. I haven't been to Asia in like five years or so. All right, the Lux Show. What's up? It says, yes, Ace, we have a promo location here in Allen, Texas. And upon walking in, I inquired about the franchise fee. 25,000, and they pull in a couple $100K in a couple years. So that is a very low number compared to the ones that I talked to. So I spoke, like I said, I spoke to some that are doing in the multiple millions of revenue and million in net. So that is possible. But yeah, you could probably just have one and make a couple 100,000 just easy. But like I said, that's with a lot of franchises. I'm impressed by some specific things with this one. This is my nephew popped in, so get down to his comment. But yeah, you're exactly right. Very low franchise fee. What a lot of people don't realize is that the franchise, if this is a good franchise, they're not looking to make money off the franchise fee. They want to cover costs of getting you in, training you, and all that. What a good franchise is looking to make money off of is the royalties. And so, that's just such a good sign. When they've got a low franchise fee to get you in, their goal is to get you in, and hey, let's start making the money together with the royalties. Pirate School says signs of good governance. Say yes. This is so crucial. Like, it's one of my favorite things. Like, even going back years, I realized that with Plato's Closet, when I was doing that, it's like they closed off selling new franchises once it was kind of growing, and then they would open it up a bit, just not chasing money. And they're what they're really looking out for is the health of their franchisees, and that's what I'm. When I'm helping a client pick out the right franchise. Shout out to Andrew. We just did a deal in Arizona, and that franchise, and it's so crazy, but literally the same thing. It's almost a sign of just a strong franchise when it's difficult to get, and they're being very picky. They're not trying to just get your money. They want to get somebody in who's going to be the right fit. So that's huge. Let's see. Nephew popped in and said, "What's up?" He went and got those crumble cookies. What's up, man? Thanks for coming in. Yeah. So we got a Colorado franchise as well. The 3 million Andrews popped in, pushing about 500,000. And that may be, I thought their revenue was lower. So thanks for correcting me there, Andrew. So 3.2 in revenue and about 500,000 net, which is awesome. And we got Mara. I haven't seen you in here in a while. Thanks for popping in, Mara. All right. Hopefully that was interesting for you guys. Was certainly interesting for me. If you are interested in doing deals like the one that Andrew mentioned, that's right here, reach out to us. Uh, sorry, hold on. Reach out to us, broker@goodmerger.com. Look forward to connecting with y'all.